Morning. So we're back again, heading over to Three Sisters. Don't know if you can see behind us the white Fiesta. That's my cousin Jamie. He's coming for his first track day today. He bought that car specifically for doing track days, so today's sort of introduction for him. The weather's a bit grim today. Probably going to rain a bit later on, I think, looking at the weather forecast, but as it is, it's dry. The road's a little bit damp and greasy. I can only imagine the track's the same, but if the rain holds off, the track will soon dry out, so even though it's a bit of a shitty day, we might be able to put in some quickish laps, I don't know, still have a bit of a laugh. So one thing I keep forgetting to put into the videos, I don't forget, I just don't like doing it, is asking everyone, if you watch the videos, if you're liking the channel, or maybe you don't even particularly like it, but you just fancy doing me a favour, if you can like the video, that would really help. And then if you could subscribe to the channel, again, that would really do me a massive favour. And then obviously the third thing is that stupid notification bell thing. I don't even really understand the point. If you subscribe to the channel, surely you want notifying, but anyway, whatever. If you fancy helping me out, click all those things, and if you don't, then fair enough. So yeah, I'll probably catch up with you at Three Sisters. The only other thing to note is when I woke up with this car this morning, I had a little bit of a misfire, but I think that's just because I've not used it for a few weeks. Once I've run it, got it up to temp and that, give it a little bit of a drive, it seems to be behaving itself. Look, I can put my foot down now and there's no plucking, there's no misfire, so I think it's fixed itself. But we'll see. If it rears its head again on the day, then we just pull over, don't we, or keep going, it don't matter. Right, so see ya at Three Sisters. Look, we've just got to near the track and the misfire's come back. Can you hear it? You hear the ticking? So I don't think we're going to be putting in particularly quick laps today, unfortunately, because this misfire keeps rearing its head, but oh well, what can you do? We'll just go out and have a giggle. I'll show my cousin the lines, and fingers crossed he gets quick and he enjoys himself. That's probably going to be the goal of the day, really, rather than focusing on my car. So yeah, there we go. Just thought I'd give you a quick update before we get there. This misfire keeps coming and going, so we're going to have to get to the bottom of that. Luckily, I think we're going to take the car off the road after today anyway, over winter. We're going to do all the cam modifications and everything. Hopefully the seat runners turn out soon. So there's an update for you. The rails for the seats, I ordered them offline. He says they're in stock, so I ordered them. 300 frigging quid I've paid for these rails, more than the bastard seats, more than my car. So anyway, right, it says they're in stock. I think it's mint, I'll have them. Orders them. And he emails me back, says there's a 7-week wait on them, they've got to be manufactured. I thought that's not in the fucking description. So yeah, anyway, I've left the order in with them because I can't be asked going through all the refund rubbish and all that. And yeah, when they turn up, then we'll carry on with the seat project. But for now, there's no further modifications or anything on this car, so it's as it was last time, so there's nothing to prove today. So anyway, that's it, enough rambling. I'll see you probably as we're out on track. Right, so look, we're here, we're at Three Sisters, we're the first ones here, there's no one else here, so we've commandeered this corner, or Ford corner. So obviously we've got my KA, this is the Fiesta. And there you go, 1.6 ZTEC S, so it's not an ST or anything, but it don't really matter, I don't think. Here we'll be pretty quick once we're up to speed and we know what's going on, and see what other cars are here or whatever. The weather's suited to, I think, slower cars anyway today. Look how wet it is. There's little puddles and stuff, don't know if you can see. It's all a bit damp and greasy, you can see it better up there a little bit. So this is what we're contending with. I think we'll have a laugh one way or another. Right, so we're straight in. It looks like we're going straight on the track. So this marshal here in front of us is called Pete. He's a nice bloke. He's got us straight out. There's the lad in the front, Danny in the Clio. Then you've got me. You've got my cousin Jamie behind me. It's Jamie's first track day. Danny's Clio's fast. Now today, the track is super greasy. So we're not pushing anything. As well, I've got this misfire. Danny's just been telling me his Clio, he's took it somewhere to have the suspension set up and he's not happy with it. It's a bit all over the place, so he says he's not putting the boots in. There was some drifters here yesterday, so the track's actually got a bit of shit all over it, which is less than ideal. But there's pretty much just us three on the track. There was a Renault Megane as well, that looked nice. It's orange, it's got Toyo proxies on it, so I think he's gonna come out in a bit, but he's still currently parked up. And then there's no other cars up to now, but this is the first session out. I'm taking it slow so I can show Jamie the lines. We don't want to do anything daft. But as soon as we get around this final corner, obviously we'll wind it on a little bit. We'll see what we can do. There's that misfire, it's read its head already. I don't know what that's all about. It's definitely going to slow us down today. Definitely greasy, and I'm not giving it 100%, although I'm not sure I ever give it 100%, but my 100%. And the tyres aren't letting me down. The tyres are great, which I'm a little bit, I don't know if surprised is the word. I just anticipated much less grip. Actually, I'm finding it's not a million miles away from a dry day. Now, like I say, I'm not pushing because the last thing I need is my back end to step out on me and I'll go straight into a wall or something, which I've just experienced there a little bit. The back come round. A little bit of slip under power there coming out that tight corner, so there is definitely less grip today, but again, as a general rule, these tyres are doing well. So if you've not seen my previous video, the NS2R video fitting them, obviously that tells you we've got Nankang NS2Rs fitted. Now, Danny over there with the Clio, he's got AR1s, but he says he used to have these NS2Rs before he upgraded to the AR1s, and he's similar to me, he's never really had a problem with them. But again, once he upgraded to the AR1s, there was another level of grip. which is great. It's what I want as well, it's what I'm expecting. So I am looking forward to the day that we upgrade the tyres to the AR1s. But that said, these are performing well. Now, given that my car's got a misfire and it's definitely down on power, I'm actually not feeling too much of the effects. And maybe that's because I'm not pushing on anywhere near as much as I do on a dry day. But this has been a good experiment to get a feel for the car. In these less than ideal conditions. Letting us through. So that's my cousin Jamie. There's Pete with the flag. So that was a good session. I know I rambled a lot then, but I'm not really bothered. I'm enjoying myself. It's not the best session we've ever had because there was no traffic to play with, but at the same time, slightly adverse conditions. And again, I'd put it down to learning the car. And in this greasy conditions, the car's the car, but the tyres held up really quite well. Now obviously it's a bit slippier than a perfectly dry day, but that's the nature of a wet track. But the tyres themselves, I think, probably performed to 9/10 of what they performed to on a dry day. And I'll go back when we're done and I edit the videos and I'll time myself, but I don't reckon I was much slower there than on a perfectly dry day, which is good news. And it's a good what do you call it, advertising, maybe not advertising, but do you know what I mean, a good a recommendation there for Nankang. So if Nankang want to sponsor me with a full set of AR1s, and I'll try them out for you as well and give you some feedback, it will be very much welcome. Not that I anticipate that will happen, but yeah, my feedback for these NS2Rs is obviously not necessarily as a race tyre, but as a road going occasional track day tyre, they're great. You can't complain. So that's that for this session. We'll park up, we'll have a word with Danny and see what his Clio was doing. We'll see how Jamie found that for his first session out, first time out on a track. You can probably see that Megane there. I thought he'd have been out. And that's it, I suppose. We'll catch up in a bit. Right, so yeah, so we've caught up with a few people. So yeah, Jamie was just taking his time, obviously, as we said. Danny in that Clio was having a right bit of fun. He's had his car set up recently by some suspension specialist anyway, and it's all dialed in and he's well happy with it. And yeah.
Cheers, matey.
There you go. That. Yeah, so he's well happy with his Clio. He'll be coming out again in a bit. Now we've just had the session there, what I think was called short, because the guy in the orange Megane, he spun out a couple of times. I don't know if he's had a problem with his car or if there's something on the track, I don't know, because the car looks like it's a well sorted car. Like I say, it's got Toyota 888Rs on it, coilovers, it's all stripped out. He's got stickers on it as though he's done track days or racing or something before. There's numbers on the door and stuff, and it's not the sort of stuff that you think would be there by accident. So I'm quite sure he's some experience. So I can't imagine it's down to just his driving that he spun out really, but I'm going to try and speak to him and see what that was all about. So right now we've got a Mondeo ST220 at the front. We've got this MX-5. It's got mad camber on it all over the place. We'll see how he goes. They can be quick, these MX-5s obviously, but they can also be a bit drifty, and with it being greasy out there, I think he might end up sideways a couple of times, but who knows, he might be a really experienced driver, so we'll see. Then you've got me and you've got our Jamie behind us. I'll try and do a bit less commentary this time and just focus on driving. My engine management light's on. I've not really had an issue with the misfiring. That's Pete.
You want to go first?
I don't mind.
He's Mondeo, he's never been here before.
Right, cool, yeah.
So I'm going to pull you up the front, mate.
Yeah. So again, Pete the Marshal has asked me to lead the pack for the warm-up lap, so people can see where to turn in, where to not turn in, whatever. The lad in the Mondeo, it's his first day, first time on the track, and I'm happy to do stuff like this. I enjoy it. I enjoy showing people where they can improve or where to turn in and things like that, because this car's, as we've discussed previously, it's not a fast car, it's not a powerful car, but we do get around the track at a decent pace, and I like to share the knowledge. We're going at a moderate pace. Like I said, the yellow flags are out. That means no racing, no overtaking, no silly buggers. So that's where the Megane spun out. I can see the tyre marks on the floor. There's nothing on the floor, so something must have just caught him out. I don't know what that would all have been about. And there again, there's another one. He looked like he'd gone on the grass on the second one. So anyway, get around here, put a bit of pace up. greasy. I can see if that Megane was tanking it, how he'd have got caught out, in fairness. And I think that's the problem there. Next time we come round I'll explain myself, but basically what a lot of people do is they brake in the bend. So I'll commentate a lap. So this is the start. So watch, I brake in a straight line, I change gear in a straight line, I turn in late, hit the apex, we come through, and then power's on. Once we get to the straight, again brake, I'm changing gear in a straight, and then I turn in, and as we straighten out, that's when the power comes back on. And again, brake, gear, turn, and it's much like when you're doing your driving test, mirror signal manoeuvre. You get all your work done before you turn, because all the things like changing gear and dipping your clutch and all that sort of stuff, it upsets the balance of the car. So if he's been coming in here and he's braking and he changes gear and he turns, then the back end on that Megane is super lightweight, it's all stripped out, and his back end will just come round. So on a track like this anyway, but especially on a greasy day like this, it's important to get the driving fundamentals right, which is braking in a straight line, changing your gears in a straight line, and turning is just turning. That's the session. So I was catching our Jamie then, but I didn't get him this time, so that tells me he went a bit quicker, because I think I was going at the same pace, give or take. I don't feel as though I was any slower. I think we was catching that MX-5, we were coming up for lapping him as well. I think one more lap I might have caught him, pulled away from the Mondeo, but it's his first session. So I didn't see the MX-5 getting sideways or anything. I feel like he drove well. Jamie must have made improvements if I didn't catch him. So again, everyone's learning. It's good fun when everyone's improving and learning and things like that. I don't know what I've learned today, other than these tyres are quite good even in the greasy conditions. About it really. And also the engine management lights don't mean an whole lot. I don't feel like the car's particularly down on power or anything, but I've got an engine management light on. We'll see what that's all about when I get back to the garage tonight. Well, I don't know when I can be asked getting it in. Oh, it looks like Benty's turned up. Look at him. Is he going to go out on the track? Is he bollocks? that's Axel we've seen before. I know he's Danny's friend. And his car is definitely quick, so right, so we're heading out for the last session. So again, warm up lap. And the track has dried off, it would seem, in certain areas. We might try and build some pace up this time round. Seems to be that I think there's only me and Jamie out on this session. Oh, there's an M4 coming, M3, whatever it is. I've just tried putting the boots in a bit more around that, what we call lunar, and it wasn't a great experience, so I'll just back it off again slightly. The goal is to get home in one piece. Uneventful set of laps really. Again, just learning the track in different weather conditions. I didn't catch our Jamie, so he's obviously improved. Bad morning out really. Gets us out the house, doesn't it? like me wishes I'd waited a session now. The next one looked busy, like there's a load of people coming out, but never mind. I can't be bothered. That's going to be me done for the day. I'm going to come home now. Right, so I'll probably do a little catch up on the way home, but there's not a lot to talk about really. But we'll see. See you in a bit. Right, so that's it. So on my way home, it started raining at the end of the day. But luckily I'd already used all my passes up anyway, so I wasn't that bothered. I missed one good session. I used them all while the track was greasy, and then there was one session where actually the sun had come out, it was dead dry, and everyone actually got some pretty quick laps in. But oh well, you live and learn. Good news, the engine management lights decided to turn itself off, and the car's running like a champion, so I'm glad about that. We got talking to a good few lads again today, some nice lads there. I didn't catch the names, but one was in a Corsa VXR, there was a Scottish lad with a Golf, and there was another lad in, I think it was a Focus ST225, and yeah, another good bunch of lads. They come over looking at the KA because when they were kids they had a KA the same as this, and yeah, just one of them things. So a good day overall. The Yaris GR was really nice, although I don't think it was all that quick when it was out on the track, but at the same time, like I say, it's been greasy, and I don't know what them things worth, 40-50 grand. I'd probably be taking my time as well. There was an M3, a brand new M3 there, again not so quick, but it's not going to be with the grease and everything, I think, so good enough excuse for him. Things that were quick, definitely Danny's Clio, probably the quickest car on the day. There was that Accord, who I'm still yet to speak to that guy, but he's been a few times and his car's quite quick, and that was about it really for quick cars. Yeah, but a good day really, good excuse to get out and about. Jamie enjoyed himself for his first track day, no incidents. The lad in the Mondeo who they asked could follow me, again he had no incidents, he had a good day, he listened, and he followed me around and he got a good line, so, and he actually was fairly quick as well, so yeah, I'm sure he had a good time. That was about it really. So me and Danny's been talking, we're on about doing Anglesey on Sunday the 6th of December, which is great because that's my birthday. Well, my birthday's on the 5th, so if we go down there and do Anglesey, that'll be a bit of slightly different content for us, won't it? And again, the guy who's the marshal there, I forgot his name now, we've been having a discussion with him about maybe like, he's been asking me for feedback about where you can make improvements on the track and stuff, and one of his suggestions, which I think is quite a good idea, is potentially putting in what we can call overtaking zones. I don't know, it's a bit of a work in progress as an idea, but it's more for the beginners really, I suppose, so they know that there's a safe place that they can pull over and be passed or whatever it may be. And I don't think it's a bad idea. I don't think everyone needs it. I don't think I need an overtaking zone particularly, but I think it might give beginners a bit of confidence just to pull over and get out the way of the quicker vehicles. So I don't know if you're experienced with track days and stuff, or do you think that's needed? The guys at Three Sisters are open to suggestions and improvements, and if we all work together as a bit of a community, if we can improve the track, they're going to listen. They actually want the feedback. So I've never heard that before from a big company like that, but you know, a racetrack asking for your feedback that they genuinely want to try and put into place. But when you've got like the head marshal, you call them, when you're a head marshal guy specifically asking for feedback, then they're obviously trying to listen, aren't they? They're trying to make the improvements that we want as the users of the track. So if that's you, if you've been before, if you've any good ideas, whatever, speak to the lads, let them know, they'll listen to you, and hopefully we can all work together and improve the place as a bit of a community, I suppose. So that's it, we'll see you in the next video anyway. It's alright.